Right, better make sure things look and sound okay, especially since we just had DDR. Then again, there's not much to look at. There's a static title screen here. I guess we could boop our way through the menus here. And there's not much game to measure myself against, but as long as I can be heard, and some faint grumblings of the game can be heard, yes, good enough for me right now. I am knackered. So knackered that it was very tempting to just crawl into bed, but I think it would be very good to play a game where whatever sorry bugger in the game is going through is something that I don't have to go through. That's a nice bit of post-DDR relaxation. So yeah, Krobin, I've been very good, but today I started playing DDR again for the first time in quite a long time. And it was an endless mode of 100 songs. And well, not endless, it was non-stop, let's be correct here. And it was, I'm sure the Jake of 6 months ago would have thought, easy peasy. But holy moly, I was exhausted, and there were no breaks between the songs at all, not even the few seconds of loading time I used to be given, so I feel like I'm still out of breath right now. But I survived, and I thrived, and I got Euristo his points, so it's alright. Good. Yes, it is good. I gotta say, just sitting here not moving is pretty fantastic. It's the best thing about DDR, is the reflection of the time that you're spending not playing DDR. Everything's suddenly that bit more relaxing, that bit more enjoyable, and that bit more comfortable. It was fairly torturous Sacred Chaos, DDR often is. Yeah, the first 20, 30, 40, even 50 songs is kind of like la-di-da-di-da, I'm having a great time, getting a bit hot, getting a bit sweaty, maybe a bit tired, but you know, it's all good. And then you start hitting the 70, 80, and you're like, my god, this is just pure punishment. of the physical variety. But it also feels good in its own way, so... kind of damned on both ends there. My problem is, Bane, that water tastes awful during and after a long DDR session. I think it's because all that gunk and sweat and all that makes its way onto the lips. So you try to drink something and you're just drinking your own disgusting expulsions. And hey, well, what a great thought to start the evening streams on. Okay, it was tempting to make my way back to bed, but no, we got at least one stream to do here, maybe another, see if I'm still kicking after it. A couple of Patreon games. First one up here is Hardspace Shipbreaker. I'd managed to forget this, but it's an early access title. As we know, I don't stream early access games here, but there are two ways to get around that. One is to be a dictator, and the other is to force it through on Patreon. I suppose I should give some thought about what if there's a game developer who abuses the system to put their game on. Should I treat them differently? Should I not? I don't know. I haven't come to a decision on that, and hopefully I never have to, because I don't like coming to decisions that need much thought. I think I'm drinking quite right. Anyway, let's kick this one off. I gave it a quick test by myself last week, I think, but let's see how this goes. As ever with the Patreon games, we give them a shake for a couple of hours. Sometimes they get shaken for a little bit longer. Humankind's industrialized much of the solar system. Earth is deteriorating. A new breed of... Wait, what? Is this supposed to look like this? Looks a bit weird, but okay. Labor is extremely dangerous, but for a select few, the hazard pay is worth the risk. I'm all about that. It's kind of double layered there, I can only assume on purpose. Alright, my initial instinct is that that is much too loud, so let's bring you down a touch. Pave the way to the Galaxy program. Alright, let's do it. You know, I'm not really here for any reading. So, what's their name? We're not Marvin this time. Retrieval package. Right, so if we are horribly killed, we get cloned again. I feel like I've been in this kind of situation before. Please... I feel like I was making a lot of this noise today, so we'll go with that. Orientation, da-da-da-da-da. Standard or inverted? I feel like I'm never quite sure on which one's which, but whatever. And, I haven't had some chicken in ages. I could go for some chicken. I don't know what entomotarian is, and I never will. Don't read, just click them all, and we're good to go. Jinx, I didn't expect it to be that much reading. Let's just ignore it all and to get flashed in the face for it. Cripes. Endo something or other is about eating bugs. Interesting. Did you just skip the tutorial? I hope not. Maybe there was a downside to ignoring all the reading.
Each day he steps into the yard to earn his wages working hard. I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
Cutter 9346-52. Your automated Lynx onboarding experience will now begin. Please observe this important message.
Space, boundless promise, limitless resources, a brighter future. It's here that hard workers like you, the backbone of civilization, will help us pave the way to the galaxy. I'm Calicia Rai Paulson, president of Lynx Corporation's Salvage Division. When my great-great-grandfather Exeter founded Lynx, he foresaw a remarkable opportunity among the stars. His vision eventually brought us the railgates. Now spanning all the way to Jupiter, these are the veins connecting all of modern civilization. And the people flowing through them are its lifeblood. The railgates reinvigorated humanity and are key to our continued progress. You have been selected from among thousands of candidates to join the Lynx family. This is more than just a job. It's an opportunity to be part of the largest, most successful, and most pioneering company in human history. Your dream may be to forge your own destiny one day. Well, work hard, heed your superiors, believe in the Lynx vision. Do this, and you too will get your chance. Your first step is to join our EverWork program. The greatest gift we give our employees, turning death into an ongoing opportunity for learning and growth. With Lynx, death is a fresh start. Good luck.
Sure.
Video observation complete. To finalize onboarding, your genetic sequence will now be extracted for use with the Lynx EverWork Asset Replacement Program. Don't worry, pain levels during extraction are largely tolerable. Please note, as outlined in Section 31 of your employment agreement, the process of genetic extraction will destroy your original body. Beginning extraction now. Extraction analysis and backup complete. Thank you. Beginning spare generation.
I've seen this movie, haven't I? They were doing a lot of space work, but just using clones. Had a very, very unsatisfying ending. Everwork assessment. Okay, reading is going to be failing me a lot today, but we'll make what we can. Everwork asset replacement successful. Let's go. Oh, I don't know the name of it, Bane. I don't pay much attention to films. Seems like I've racked up quite a bit of debt here. Account balance negative. 1.2 billion? I'm sure they'll forgive the rest of these few dozen millions. Debt is a sign of being prepared. Whoa. Well, this is a grim, bloody thought. The seat selection fee alone was $10,000. Citizen report check, 100. Okay, well. I'm sure this isn't much more than a few quid. Probably inflation and all that. I mean, at 5% inflation for 200 years, what do you think that would be? Alright, we good to go yet? Can I go and cut things up? We've been at this for 10 minutes and haven't done anything. Evening, Cutter. You've been doing great with the onboarding so far. Really impressed with your skills. Oh, chance that I have to do anything to be praised here. Station hoppers, nostalgia, fire hazards, weaving. Let's go. No, there's more reading. Lynx is ensuring exposed to hazard levels and ships only according to their proficiency level, and median estimated emotional adjustment time should death occur related to these hazards. Once we've okay, great. Unread messages will incur an hourly data storage fee after 10. Oh, good grief, that's gone backwards, not forward. I like that they take $7.50 for the bill. Charging you for the bill as well. It's grim, that is. So we got ourselves a sticker for our sticker app, so it's sad to see those don't die away in the grim future. We'll get all these messages, which I don't really want to be reading, so how do we delete them? How do we even come back out of it? Okay, there we go. Well, we have 10 days, don't we? Everything important and good in this world comes at a price. Each privileged person who joins our family to become a shipbreaker comes with significant cost. Fortunately, Lynx shoulders the burdens of these costs temporarily to let you hit the ground running and begin trade. That's very nice of them. So we get good, we pay off the money, and then make tons for ourselves. It kind of reminds me of another game, which is vastly different to this. It was called Freedom Wars, I believe. I liked the whole starting hideously in debt and having to work your way out of it. It was a very rare case of, out of all of us playing, I was the worst at it. Okay, can I go and cut something up now? I'll start the shift. No ship in the bay. View ship catalog. Reset here is a bit different though. It didn't feel very malleable, that debt. Ocean is the Hardy. It's all hazard level 2 stuff, which is probably about right, so let's get on that. Claiming a new ship will clear the salvage bay of your existing ship, but I don't have one, so let's take it. Juice is coming in saying, "Hi Jake, I recently rose up from YouTube Scrubbery. Well, congratulations. Thanks for all the intensely entertaining RimWorld content." I don't know, the last 6 hours were intensely not entertaining, but Randy was just having a nap. Otherwise, though, it's been great fun for me. Okay, well, here I am. I didn't do the training. Skipped right through it. So hopefully we can just figure out what needs to be done. But I have no idea what needs to be done. Hopefully I don't regret this so much that I need to go back and do the training. What am I actually meant to cut up? Seems easy enough to be going through here. Oh. Shift takes us down, space takes us up. We can spin around. Okay, well, I'll rip this thing off. Was I meant to do that? If only there was some part of the game that taught you how to do this. Maybe a training that you didn't skip. Like, there was so much reading involved in that starting bit, it's only natural that I would ignore the part that says whatever it said. That said, though, I am so out of ideas of what's meant to be happening here, I think I'll have to go back and do it. I wonder if there's an Shift proceeds will be lost. Ah, jinx. Okay, maybe I can get myself back to here we go. Career mode. Or does it just jump me back in? Oh, it did just jump me back in. Right, let's get out of here. Quit out. Sign out, perhaps? Here we go. Right. Well, let's enjoy going through that starting bit again. Do we call it as the game winning when Jake does the tutorial on purpose? Oh my god, I can't seem to skip this. Oh, wait, no, there we go. Sweet. Hopefully I can skip that little child talking about people dying in space. Oh. Alright, let's do this. We're still called DDR Jake, though. Alright. Skippy. Alright, this time let's not click skip training. See, at this point I was just like, what is all this nonsense? And I just clicked everything I could. Now let's not skip it.
Hello, Cutter 9346-52. Your automated Lynx onboarding experience will now begin. Please observe this important message.
Space,
Okay, let's not observe it at all. What's the current world record for having watched entire Patty 4 playlists back to back? I believe Lucimo or Dr. Massange are tied at 4. Yes, I get the witty bill thing here.
Alright, breathe. Breathe. You're okay. Everything's gonna be just fine. There you go. Plenty of folks feel a bit woozy with their first spare. Anyway, welcome aboard. The name's Weaver. I'm the foreman for yourself and a couple of the other shipbreakers in this region. This here's Morgan Station. She may not look like much right now, but once we boot her up, she'll purr like a kitten. Alright, let's test out your orientation control. Do me a favor and look up at that cargo elevator up above. That's it. So that's where all the salvage gets collected to be picked up by the transfer crew. Just in case you ever turn yourself out of whack, use your roll thrusters to reorient. Alright, now let's get you flying. Activating your thruster controls now. Try moving around.
Which reminds me a bit of doing my motorcycle proficiency. A lot less swearing from the instructor though.
Vertical control.
Alright, see this I had sorted out, it's just a question of what am I meant to be doing.
Now to finalize these movement checks, I need you to fly to these waypoints.
Well, this feels remarkably well put together so far, especially considering it's supposed to be early access.
Used to be a cutter myself, you know, till there were some complications with my last revive. Those were early days in the tech, though, so never you mind about that. Oh, almost forgot about the most important thing. Brakes. Get yourself going at a decent clip, and then test them out, why don't you?
Brake is Q and E. What, at the same time? There we go.
Looks like the bay here was left in a bit of a mess. We're gonna clean this scrap up. Gonna activate the furnaces now. Dang thing.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Hick friend here is a little quiet, isn't he? But he is jacked up. Much of the game is jacked up. I think it's just a quiet game.
There you go. So these furnaces
Getting artificially boosted up there.
soft metals. Should go without saying that these things are as hot as all get out. So try not to drift into them by accident.
Okay, I'll just nudge this in, will I? Oh, it wants me to look at them.
Let's get a handle on your grapple tool. This fella here is a shipbreaker's bread and butter. This is how we move salvage around. Activate the beam and hold it to grab an object and move it around. If it's not too heavy, give it a go and move one of these pieces into either furnace. So when you're holding an object with the grapple, you can retract the beam. This will pull a light object to you. If it's heavier than you, it'll pull you towards it.
I see. But F is to push. What was pull? Oh, this isn't what he wants me to be pushing around. This is. I understand now. Off you trot.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Well, making money is that easy here. That's nice. This might be dangerously fun, much like Freedom Wars was. Although, again, a very, very different game. But it wants me to use the grapple wheel. What am I not using about it?
Nice job cleaning up all that soft metal scrap, Cutter. Let's move on to the bigger nanocarbon chunks now, shall we? You may have already noticed that these are too heavy to move with your grapple. I'm enabling your scanner so we can check out their structural makeup. Go ahead and boot it up. This mode of your scanner lets you assess an object's structure. What I want you to focus on right now are these cut points. All right. Control is giving me the go-ahead to get you cutting.
Oh, yes. This object, right, not the other object, of course not.
You have quick access to all your tools through your HUD. Just open up the tool selector and choose the cutting tool.
Well, let's get cutting
The
then.
cutting tool has two modes. The first one is the stinger. It's designed for precision vaporization of cut points like this. You ready to perform some zero-G surgery, Cutter? Well, let's split this scrap so it's light enough to move.
I'm more ready than Nyx is.
That's how you do it. Okay, let me boot up the processor so you can salvage these. Do me a favor and look towards one of them there so I can see if they activate right.
Oh, the processor.
Yeah, perfect. Wish me luck here, Cutter. Me and technology ain't always the best of friends. Hey, alright, we're in business. Now swap over to your grapple and toss one of them pieces you separated right in there.
On you come now. Good enough? Damn right that's good enough. But I want all the money, so I should be getting more.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. We're almost done getting this bay in shape. Let's go after that large aluminum chunk over there.
Large.
Now this piece is way too heavy to move as is. It's also too dense for your stinger to break it down, and there are no structural cut points for us to take advantage of. We're gonna have to switch over to the split saw mode of your cutting tool and start slicing this thing down to size. Go ahead and switch cut modes now.
Yes. And then V to change
Now
it.
try changing the angle of the cut.
Oh, where am I meant to cut it to begin with?
We're in business. I've unlocked the trigger on your cutting tool. It'll split that big chunk clean in two.
The way this is looking, it might end up with a week of Jake optimizing salvage spreadsheets while excluding Berlin.
How much work is left to do?
Space Berlin.
We'll track how much you've salvaged and how much you've lost. For now, let's try and hit that first goal marker. And that's what it's all about, Cutter. The more salvage goals you complete, the closer you'll get to hitting your certifications and ranking up.
Now, am I meant to immolate this thing? Or not? It says deposit salvage. Yeah, it might look pretty heavy and move awfully slowly, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe if I just come and join it in the furnace, we'll be okay. Sure hope it's meant to be put in there.
Deposit accepted.
Great first shift in the yard, Cutter. Let's head on over over to your hab, and I'll show you the ropes there. Now fly on over back to the master jack. I'll put a marker on it so you can find it.
I can't move because of the cutscene!
And we'll get started.
At least I don't think I can.
First shift in the yard, Cutter. Let's head on over to your hab, and I'll show you the ropes there. Now fly on over back to the master jack.
Oh dear, out here.
Injury detected. A ticket has been submitted for medical assistance.
Either those things suck you in, or I could not move. Furniture temperatures are far above those recommended for the human body. Your next of kin will be billed. Oh, as long as it's not me that's being next of... Wait, maybe I am the next of kin.
You're okay. Got yourself good there. Don't sweat it. Happens to the best of us. Always good to...
Patronize me. Still though, look at that. $400,000 reduce made on my first day. Not bad. Certainly better than the like 21 quid I ever made on my first day of my first job. The pay was awful.
Congrats, Cutter. You're already on your way up. Head on into your hab, and we'll check things out.
Is this one of those things where your living conditions are going to change based on the amount of crippling debt you're in?
New home, Cutter, has everything you need. This is officially called a ready-made long-term employee habitation something or other. But around here, we just call it your hab. Okay, let's have a look at your employee terminal. Now let's get caught up on career progression and certification. I've sent you a message with an explanation now. Go on and give it a read. Clear as mud? Don't worry. I'm here to walk you through the process, and soon enough I'm going to introduce you to some of the other shipbreakers. Most of them are willing to help you out too. Alright, let's start a new shift and pick your first ship to work on.
Yeah, now we're talking. Get us some actual work going here. Where's the thing about all my debt, though? I'm curious if there's any interest going on it. Also, how do I delete these? It did mention that I'll be paying extra for ones I don't delete, but maybe that's just witty stuff it's given me here. Well, it does claim 2 of them are unread. So much bleeding reading, though. What is unread here? Okay, well, good enough. Let's start that shift. 15 tons of something or other. What I'm not entirely sure of is what I'm meant to immolate and what I'm meant to not immolate.
Shows you which ships you have access to from the shipyard. Every day you can choose to continue working on the ship you've got or start a fresh one. Go ahead and pick one, any one, and we'll get to work.
Let's take the Queen of Pegasus. Claiming a new ship will blah blah blah, sure thing. Oh, it looks tiny.
It's all yours, Cutter. Your primary goal is to reach rank 3. Now try to remember, nanocarbon goes in the processor, aluminum goes in the furnace.
Sad to think that in 200 years it's still being called aluminum.
We call it using the whole buffalo. You'll hit your certs faster that way, and start knocking out that debt of yours. I'll be observing and giving you any help if you need it. Good luck, Cutter.
Saying I need help. So this, for example, is the nanocarbon. Ooh, jings, look at this. Look at this. I hope I'm not on some kind of time thing. I must have something like oxygen limits or something to limit me from being out here all day. Well, let's get cutting. Off you trot. Let's use this whole buffalo. Out you come. Not a big fan of that. I'd like to be able to scroll or something between it. Anyway, it's a thruster cap. Just a piece of thruster cap. What am I meant to do with you? Oh, how nice. It tells me it wants to be deposited into salvage. I'm curious about that whole getting immolated thing. I wasn't able to fly away from it at all. Was there... Does it have some kind of pool to it, or is that something that's just meant to happen during that scene? Yeah, I can use the number keys. I like to use scroll wheel personally when it comes to going through my different tools. Now, how am I gonna rip you apart? Thinking I'll get cutting. Is that really my cutter? It is now. And V to snap it around, right? How did I rotate this thing before? Can't remember. Now I can. So can I make this thing come with me? No, it doesn't seem to like that. Can I immolate these things that are on the inside, I wonder? So if I take out my cutter, could I say do this?
Now I know these ships look intimidating to scrap at first, but trust me, soon enough you'll be stripping the huge Gecko-class freighters.
Ooh.
Got my start salvaging back down Earthside in the droid scrapping business. You know what made me come up here? Well, one day we got a batch of this particular model in. One of them kinds with synthetic skin and everything. We almost never saw people looking ones like that. They were always too expensive to manufacture. Seems someone found a warehouse full of them, mothballed for, 20 years or so, since the AI ban took effect. Probably bought the whole lot for pennies, thinking they could turn a tidy profit with the salvage. No word of a lie. These things look exactly like my stepmother did. Even had the same slack-jawed expression. Now, Jed and I wasn't exactly pals or nothing. All the same, I couldn't bring myself to start smashing that dopey face. And that's when I looked into getting on with Lynx. Tell you what, it's a sight better to cut up something that doesn't look like a family relation. Anyway, I'm running on. I'll clear the channel. Holler if there's anything giving you grief up there, Cutter.
The ability for fire to operate in a vacuum is something giving me grief. Is this thing gonna come with me or what? Or is there something I'm missing here? There often is, but what could it be? Can these bits come off? I think I missed what these dark orange things do. Oh, no, there we go, there we go. Alright, it's nanocarbons. That means it's going into the nanocarbon processing thingamajigger. And hopefully I'm not the one going with it. Off you trot.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Yeah, give me the money. Alright, easy peasy. Right, seems like it highlights it if with a color depending on how attached to the rest of the ship it is. So of course, we should put an end to that. Shame I can't keep this overlay going when I'm doing all my cutting and stuff, but I will persevere. I always do. Wow, I bet this would be pretty fun in VR. Probably quite sickening as well. Oh, I'm sure death by collision exists.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
I'm amazed that they just have people doing this though. Seems like something that would be far better taken care of by bots or such, but the guy did mention some kind of AI ban. By the way, how does heat work in a vacuum? It must happen, otherwise we wouldn't get heated by our sun, but just part of me thinks it surely wouldn't happen. I remember the first time I had a vacuum shown to me. There was a ringing alarm clock, and then it was put into a vacuum, or rather the area around it slowly became a vacuum, and seeing its ringing stop was mind-boggling. Did any of that allow me to take anything here? Ah, this thing will. Off we come. Got places to be. 400 kilo panel. Nothing to it. Hope they don't mind trashing the base a bit while I'm here. Ooh.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
This piece must come fleeing off and on. Or not. Which part is moving from where here? Electromagnetic waves or photons carry energy. Sure. Why not? Well, this looks like a very relaxing game. A lot more relaxing than Freedom Wars, which I keep bringing up, just because the whole debt aspect of the game feels so similar. They are wildly different games, of course. Can I get even these little bits? Okay, nobody seems to care about scrapping the tiny little bits. Off you trot. Bane is mentioning O2, and I'm left wondering, is there O2?
Accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
I didn't notice any O2. Also, how was I able to bring these things in again? Oh, I think if it's bigger than me, it pulls me in. I don't know what my mass is here. Don't know how hefty this space thing I'm wearing is. Doesn't matter though, off you trot. Good enough.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Anyone seeing anything showing my my oxygen? I'm sure not. There's no O2 nor a day timer in the tutorial, really? This is tutorial? Bit of a shame.
Salvage gains observed.
Destroyed panel, processed panel. Why did it destroy a panel? Oh, there was probably some aluminium on that, which should have been immolated. Right, I need to pay a bit more attention to that, or else I'm going to be putting the wrong bits in the wrong places. That's unfortunate, because paying attention is not one of my strong points. Probably because it has paying in it. This is pretty cool. This reminds me of one of the parts I actually found quite enjoyable in... What's that big scam game? Star Citizen. I really enjoyed crawling around the insides of some of the bases that I found. The downside was that there was no point to it. There was nothing to do there. There was a lot of nothing in that game. But this has largely solved that issue by giving you things to do. And it just so happens those things involve money. Hope I can upgrade this cutter to be better and less burning. Gotta be careful, I can see that penalizing bit on the top bar there. A lot of pieces to break off here. I wonder if it's a bit of a trap to do too much of this. As in, if you tear the thing apart, all the pieces start flying around and then they're hard to keep track of. Well, let's start with this nanocarbon, a hefty amount of it no less. Off you go for processing. Anything else flying away uncontrollably? I think I lost a lot of stuff earlier. The aluminium, that is. Come on, over you go. You know you want to. Yeah, it all says nanocarbon on it. I have no reason to think that there's anything there that I'm losing out on. Oh, a hefty amount of it though, 1.3 tons. Well, maybe this is what I was made to do in life. Ripping things apart. Nanocarbon, nanocarbon, nanocarbon. Nothing indicating that it's anything but. I wonder if there's an easy way to tell. Hold on, what's all that orange stuff? Is the orange stuff also nanocarbon? Still not sure what the... Nanocarbon, panel, nanocarbon, highly reinforced... Okay, well... Probably fine. Off you trot. I wonder why they don't keep moving indefinitely.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Right, now we've got some aluminium, which I have been sadly ignoring. Now this is proper salvage, and I need to choppy chop, don't I? So let's use the choppy chopper, and V for that. It's already horizontal. I wonder if I should just, yeah, do something a bit hefty like that. Oh, that tore a bit of you off. Well, you're not a lot of it, but you know, every little helps and all that.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Oh wow, this is chump change. This is. I was wanting this bigger piece. Why is it not coming off? It's apparently still connected, despite me cutting it there. Probably connected... I don't know, can I just... Meow. Pretty fun. Pretty good. Huh. Don't know why Bane thought that I wouldn't like this game. Seems right up my alley. Full of all this menial work. Anything else of this wanting to come off? Any of it floating around? Well, more than half of the way towards rank 3. I'm sure we'll be fine. Let's get these nanocarbons all processed up. Off you trot. I hope you get access to more elaborate tools here. This stuff is cool and all, but I imagine using the freaking thumbs up. I imagine using the same tools over and over again would probably get a bit tiresome in this. Not that it's something I really have to consider. We're only playing this for a couple of hours today. But I do like what I see so far, so not so sure that's all there'll be. Of course, like any sane person, I will wait for it to come out of early access. I'm left wondering what this game is still in early access for, though. Looks pretty good to me. Hopefully they're not falling for the whole infinite levels of ambition thing. What am I cutting here? I don't even see it. Ah, there we go. Good old minimum brightness helping me out. Big fan of the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Is this door gonna come off? Oh, as they say in Time Splitters Future Perfect, with a bit of lubrication, anything is possible. I think it's actually, I'm ready for anything. Man, I want to play more Time Splitters. I said to somebody earlier today, if you've got a timer for Time Splitters 2, I want to hear it. Because I'm quite keen on playing that as well. I did play Deep Rock Galactic. I thought it was pretty bad. Played it for maybe an hour, didn't play it again. Which is a shame, because the core concept seemed neat. I just thought it was pretty boring overall. Despite my claim that only boring people get bored. Holy smokes, this is a ton of this stuff. Probably a good idea to cut this thing up further, is what somebody with minimal ambition would say. Get in there! Oh, Jinx, that is dangerous. A ton of that stuff just floating around you would cream you pretty badly. That'd certainly turn your brain into cream. Get in there.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Yeah, I think I took care of a lot of things holding this together. It is all nanocarbon, right? There's no aluminium on it. Do I have a good way of checking that, I wonder? I need to look into that. Stuck in there. Oh yeah, momentum sure is dangerous. This is all nanocarbon, right? Maybe on later non-tutorial things it's a lot more elaborate, and you have to get a lot more precise with how you're cutting, but right now the barbarian approach is working pretty well for me. Get in there.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Look at that. Certification rank 3.
Credits applied.
Easy. Not much left of this sorry state now, is there? Wait, titanium? Processor, huh? Well, off you trot. Upside down. Whee! Big boy ships get fun, Jake, though that's outside the scope of a 2-hour Patreon. I can imagine that. But this has me intrigued. I'm definitely going to have to check this game out once it comes out properly. Although it is that kind of approach that makes me deeply suspicious about how this system might be abused by people trying to promote their own game, but let's not worry about that for now. Come with me, nanocarbons. Also, what is a nanocarbon?
Valuable object processed.
Still these little bits on it. So I guess it's aluminium, so it should probably be cut up. What's this? Oh, never mind. So aside from that one joint there, everything has been chopped off. So I guess it's a case of me just getting the cutter out and cutting good and proper. Get on over there. Oh, that was a miss shot. That was a big old miss shot, and the way it goes, well, come on back. There we go. Excellent.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
No offense, but I think in terms of content creators, you're not in the same size publishers go to for such extreme methods to get their games shown. Hopefully. Smaller ones, on the other hand, I'm not so convinced.
Object accepted for processing.
There's practically nothing left of this anymore. And what's left appears to all be aluminium? Couldn't I just push this whole thing into the furnace? Looks pretty aluminium-y to me. Yeah, why not? Oh, because it claims these bits are made of titanium. Well, what if we don't care about that? What if I just want to push the whole thing in? I shove it. The thrusters are incapable. How unfortunate. So we got these little doodads here. I guess it's just a case of... not that. There we go. It's a case of get cutting. Does it not want to cut now? Well, wants to give it to me anyway. What exactly are you trying to do? Says Ben. Shove the whole thing into the furnace. I know there was these tiny scraps of aluminium on them, but come on, they were tiny. I want the whole rest of this into the furnace. Look, it's all... wait. This appears to be made of aluminium. Perhaps so I make a cut around here then. Then I could take this part. No, is that still not enough, or do I need to just cut it more? The effects of this are very impressive. I wonder what they're using for it. Jake, aluminium goes into the furnace, is that so? Well then, off you trot.
Deposit accepted.
Thought we'd been over that already though. We know aluminium goes in. Guess some people in chat aren't keeping up. That's fine though. Yeah, I still do wonder about the tech they're using here. I like it. Isn't coming over here yet? Good. It's been an exhausting day, Marvin. It's anyone's guess. Come on, bouncing off the rebound. Don't make me go in there. I've got bad memories of this place.
Material deposited.
Ah, great. Now it's small enough for me to take the whole damn thing into the furnace. Use the whole buffalo, as they said. Is there any buffalo left, or did we kill them all?
Credits deposited.
Wait, where's this thing meant to go? Furnace. Off you trot. Well, far be it for me to pat myself on the back, but I think I'm a natural at this. Let's head on back. Got nothing but debris here, although the whole buffalo.
Deposit accepted.
Nice. I worry about having a timer on the oxygen whilst doing that. Feels like it might add a bit of pressure. Then again, the game had a no pressure mode, didn't it? I recall seeing it at the very start. Relaxed mode. I mean, I play games like Frostpunk to relax, so I'm not sure that's how I want to see it. Ah, well, there we go. I mean, sure, I might have destroyed... 865 kilos of aluminium. And I don't even know what I'm meant to do with glass. But the point is I did plenty of good work, and we shaved almost $1 million off of my massive crushing debt here. Yeah.
Certification level attained.
Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. Ah. What an unusual thing to hear, but it's damn well about time. Any thoughts on Frostpunk 2, says Juicer88. There's no thoughts I can have. Okay, they're making a sequel to a highly successful game. I'm unsurprised. Do I have anything that I know about it? No, there was no gameplay to go off of. No developers talking about what they're planning on do with it. I need to see some gameplay in action here.
Looking good, Cutter. Now go ahead and pick another ship.
We still in Tutorialville? The storm? Oh, these are hazard level 2s now. Might be a different story. What's got the most value on it? So they're all practically the same. Let's go with Celeste. It'll be a funny one, Frostpunk 2. Just the exact same thing as Frostpunk 1, but with oil instead of coal. Use your oil thumpers. Use your oil heaters.
Alright, hold up a second there, Cutter.
What is it, Weaver?
Because you've increased your rank, we're gonna give you the next greatest ship. Now this one will be full of machinery, electronics, furniture, all stuff that Lynx can collect and resell. You're gonna want to toss those items on the barge. That's the big green thing below you. Go ahead and have a look. Toss any valuable objects or components down there. And don't worry about breaking anything. There's a dampening field that'll catch everything. It works great. Most of the time. Let's give it a go.
Couldn't I just push this whole ship into there? I mean, I'll destroy plenty of things, but I'll still get plenty of goodies. That's a very smart solution to the problem, but I have a funny feeling the game will be smarter than me in that respect. Oh well, let's take off the auxiliary pieces to begin with. I mean, out of range, don't give me that. You're taking a dive. Wait, this is for the barge? Does this really count as furniture? Oh well, off you trot.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
You know, the voice acting in this is pretty good. Which is something said for practically 0 games, but there you go. This feels like just the kind of game you play to relax after a hard day's work. It's up there with Forklift Simulator.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
By the way, did she yell at me when I broke all that glass and aluminium before? I don't recall that happening, but I'm very good at altering my own reality. So maybe it did and I ignored it. Oh goodness, this is such a relaxing game. Playing this after DDR was one of my greater ideas. Sorry, one of my many greater ideas. So this antenna thing, I probably want to slice off. So many keys. What do I press again here? Right click, there we go. Barge o'clock. Can I grab this part of it as well?
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, apparently this is for the furnace because it's just scrap. Well, off you trot. Oh, well, There you go, Bargy. Aha, but this part is stuck on.
Credits deposited.
So, of course, as usual, I was correct. Let's get cutting. Wait, furnace? Was it always for the furnace? I thought antenna base was... CU? Oh well, still scrap, off you trot. Destroyed too much? Oh, it doesn't show anything destroyed on my top list here. I'm sure I'm doing fine. Oh yeah, now this is totally the kind of game that after a hard day's work you just come back home and play for an hour or two, chip away at your debt. That kind of thing feels good, feels really good. These doors gonna come off, or do they want me to rip them off? Looks like they have the wee bits on the inside to take care of. So take care of I shall. What are you? Airlock console. No weight whatsoever. Away you go.
Nice work. Got that pretty quickly. Now let me teach you about the kiosk. Once the training wheels come off, links regulations mean you gotta cover your own oxygen and fuel costs. That's the way things go. Turning it on now. Now no need to panic, they'll last you a good while. But if you end up running out, you gotta go top up at the kiosk over there. Let's have a look.
I think I've got plenty for now, so I'll just take advantage of the training gloves. He might yell at me, but no stranger to video game characters yelling at me. I remember when I was playing Persona 3, and who was that tall, red-haired menace to society? At least I think she was red-haired. The rich, snobby girl. I feel like her name would have been Mitsuri or something like that. She yelled at me because I didn't go to Tartarus once. In fact, I didn't go there at all. And I got my ass kicked during the first fight on the train. But you know what? I had a good time, so she could just go and shove it. Mitsuru, got ya. Knew it was something like that. So these electrical bits seem worth quite a bit of money. Certainly by weight, they're doing a lot better for me than any of this aluminium and such. I guess that makes sense.
Salvage secured. Account
Yeah, selling you the air you breathe is nothing unusual, though. I mean, it's probably going to happen eventually. I mean, what would they sell you? The food you eat, the water you drink. Why not the air you breathe? I remember the entire chat yelling at you in Subnautica. I also fondly remember that. You know, I bet this would be easier to do if I ripped off the wall, rather than pulling it out of this duct constantly. Come on out, come on out. It's not meant to come out, sir. There we go. There we go. Whoa! Dinged me good and proper, that did. Okay, enough of that. Where's that kiosk at? There's so many intricacies to this game that it never teaches you, but you get to enjoy discovering them on your own. Is that so? Don't know why you invest time in the early access titles though, Bane. As great as this game might appear to be, just imagine how much better it is on release. Has there ever been an early access title that actually got worse come release time? I'm sure it's happened, but...
Pretty easy, right? Alright, I'll leave you to it. We'll chat again when you hit the next rank.
Already I'm in 1,000,000. These are cheap. Fix up your suit and helmet just like new. Integrity of your tools. Oh, I didn't agree to that. Oh, I really didn't agree to that. And my suit's integrity looks pretty low. Let's try this out then. So if I buy that... Did I buy it?
Have a nice day.
I'm not sure if I did.
To Vendatron 9000.
Doesn't seem to want to sell it to me.
Thank you for your purchase.
Oh, well, it bought me that, but can't buy this patch kit. And I'm sure I just wasted my money there, but that's alright. Wasting money is an important part of life. DayZ is probably the most notorious example. Ugh. Yeah, no, you might be right about that one. However, I give you this counterpoint. DayZ is probably still in early access. And probably will still be in early access for as long as early access is a thing. I'm not sure it got worse, just didn't get anywhere. No, I would buy that it got worse. I remember trying it out after... because I played a lot of DayZ. The summer of 2000 for me was just spent playing DayZ whenever I wasn't working. Good bloody times. Of course the game is crap. I mean, it's god-awful. But it offered something that you couldn't really get in many other games at the time. I'm gonna have a hard time getting you out of here, haven't I? It's alright, as they say, with a bit of lubrication. Come here. Yeah. Alright, well, if in doubt, which we are, just make the hole bigger. Does it not want to? I am disappointed. How am I meant to take you off then? Looks like it would just come right off if I gave it the old zappy zaps, but it doesn't want to. Cut level 2. What's that meant to mean to me? Probably nothing, so let's ignore it. Oh nice, I can just press 2 twice instead of worrying about that V nonsense. Good. Alright, hopefully now everything flies apart a bit better for me. Hold that thought, there's more to be cutting. Wonder if those lights come off. Oh boy, oh boy. Right, well I hope I can open up this bottom bit to get to the barge nice and easy. Wait, I have. Oh ho, would you look at that? I've already taken care of it. Nanocarbons, nanocarbons. Should be renamed money carbons. Now get in there. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Okay, now I can take you out and barge you up. Whoa, where are you going? Come back here.
I see some potential fire hazards in there, so watch out, Cutter. Be careful not to cut or bump oxygen tanks, fuel tanks, or fuel lines. If there are flammable objects nearby, those flames can spread pretty quick like.
Really? I wonder if you have to devour the whole ship or if you can just get the really
Secured. Credits deposited.
valuable parts and ignore the rest. Give it the whole Amazon rainforest approach. Speaking of rainforests, I was looking up some gameplay footage from a game that I played a long time ago. The Crystal Rainforest. A classic for anybody who was in school around the 90s. Terrible game. Absolutely awful, but damn. Right, so I got a bit of a problem. Parts of this want to be processed. Parts of it do not. Does that mean... Let's see, the bulk of it is to be done in like that. There's nothing else to be ripping off. I reckon what I need to be doing is getting all sorts of slicey.
Hey, Cutter, I need you to head
Oh.
back to the kiosk on the starting platform to fill up your O2. Stat. We're out.
I sure hope the game gives me future. Oh, it's got blinky light down there saying low O2. How very nice of it. Bit of a trek to get back here though, jings. The X component was not meant for the barge. You can see it in red on the da-da-da-da-da.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Affordable
Well, get me some
oxygen
oxygen,
supplies are
please.
purchased at the Master Jack.
Yeah, it all is well. Ooh, look at that. Such speed. Right, we still have a problem with this thing though. Made for the furnace, but with some non-furnacey bits on it. What's a man to do? Get slicing? but it still has some bits which are... Well, it's got this equipment mount. I'm not sure if that's... Well, it is level 1. It can be cut off. I assume we just need to... Well, you need to stop moving as well there, buddy. I assume we just need to get a little bit snippy. Whoa, that's... I'm not entirely sure if that's what I was meant to be doing. Can I just blast you like this? Hey, how about that? Oh, I destroyed it. But maybe that's good. Maybe it's meant to be destroyed. There you go. Now it's nothing but a piece of aluminium for the furnace. Damn, I'm smart. What about you? Same story?
Material processed. Credits deposited.
Ching, that's barely worth anything. I'm wasting my time with this aluminium. This nanocarbon is a problem, though. It can be destroyed by the furnace. Yeah, but then isn't it a problem if I'm making the furnace destroy it? Let's get this part off. Yeah, there we go. Here's your nanocarbon. Treat 28 kilograms of nanocarbons like you would treat 28 tons of it.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Where am I? Lost my bearings here. Oh, what a shot.
Deposit accepted.
Somebody got me curious earlier today by mentioning some controversy with the snooker, and now I can't get it off my head. I want to see who used a little nestling shot to begin with. It's been on my mind for a while, like why do snooker players not use that? It seemed like a reasonable... Ooh, bugger. Seemed like a reasonable break-off shot to do, if incredibly annoying for your opponent.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Don't all roads of controversy in snooker lead to Sullivan? It really doesn't seem like a Sullivan kind of shot, because Sullivan is magnificent at break-off shots.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Apologies to anybody watching who has no interest in snooker.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
The amount of money I make off these bits, oh, even a poster, are just so much more than when I do the huge lumps of aluminium. Ooh, an airlock. I want that. Oh my, holy moly, this O2 does not last at all, does it? What are we looking at here? Can't see a damn thing. I guess I'm into the airlock. How am I meant to take you off? These don't look like they actually do what I want them to do. Do I have to get further inside the ship? Do these bits come off? What could it all mean?
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Yeah, Criven's at O2. I can see why they put in a relaxation mode. These are the kind of things, though, that doubtlessly get balanced along an early access run. I'm sure the O2 has lasted for very different amounts of time during the game's...
Cutter, make your way back to the kiosk on the starting platform to fill up your O2.
There's still time.
Covered. Trust me on this. Weaver out.
I got time, Weaver. Hold your horses. I'm trying to make myself a bit of extra money on this. It is all titanium, right? Probably. There we go.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Whee!
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation coverage.
Oh, I could be getting better at this. Does it consume O2 to move yourself around? That probably consumes fuel.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Easy. I'm not sure you can hold your breath that easily when you've been breathing in what little oxygen remains, but I've never been in such a situation. Never been diving on an oxygen tank before. I'm assuming it's one of those things that is not as simple as it seems. Give me that light. Treat this like we treat a base in RimWorld. Rip it apart for everything it's worth. Which is very fun, and it kind of gets saddening when you get to the point in RimWorld where you don't do that, and you start getting a lot more picky. Makes me sad, at least. Are they getting these? I'm not getting my notification of them entering the thingamajigger. Hey, jipping me, come on! Where's my pay? Jake, diving in general is complicated. Mind the pressure changes. Yeah, I got a friend who's big in diving. He tells me all about it. Good lord, this is so relaxing. What a great game they've made here. Who is they anyway? Have these guys made anything before? Bane, you seem to know your stuff regarding this. Criven's another thing that's made of this, that, and the next. Where did it go? Here it is. I'm wondering if it's just better to fling the whole thing in the furnace. I mean, comes a point when it's just not worth worrying about it. Yeah, look at that. Practically no downside to just ripping it all off. As usual. That's a bit of a bigger panel, though. Pretty hefty. Now, is the implication that this is what's keeping it together? Let's try. Not really what I was going for, but okay.
Material deposited.
The rest of it go. Anyone seen my panel? Oh, how do you leave a panel that big? Where'd it go? I hate buying expensive pies only for them to be incredibly lackluster. What a complex emotion, Bane, but I know exactly what you mean. I once bought a... Oh Christ, what are those pies called again? The meaty ones. No, not meat pie. Pork pie. Bought an expensive pork pie thinking, oh yes. I was back in the UK, so of course I'd love myself a nice pork pie. But it was awful. Just awful. Right, they told me to be careful with this thing. Off you come, and into the barge you go. That's probably very expensive. Yeah, there we go. Worth a good chunk for me.
Secured. Credits deposited.
Jake hasn't noticed the obvious color coding so far. I doubt he's gonna start now. Yeah, me too. Processor, barge. Oh, don't want to throw this 1 kilo poster away, do we? But the rest of this is a huge amount of, well, largely a huge amount of nanocarbon for processing. Even this pipe junction is for it? Is this all processor stuff? Yeah, I'll believe it. Let's get it shoved in there. Then let's go back and get ourselves some more oxygen. I wonder if you get yourself hurt by flying into the
Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to
into the processor.
Credits awarded.
Oh, there we go. Yet another fantastic salvage by me. Of course, nobody is surprised.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000. Have a nice day.
oxygen levels stabilizing.
This oxygen just does not last though, does it? Try this again. Give me my tiny little bit of money for this light. Okay, yeah, I heard that small boop that time. But come on, how much money can there really be in salvaging these little lights? I haven't seen it, but I hope there's a nice breakdown for all of the goodies. I'd like to see exactly how much I'm making on everything. Allow me to make a call on what exactly is worth prioritizing, because I reckon there's the true meta to this game, which is to ignore certain things. Oh, here we go. This is that lump of everything that that I lost sight of. Let's just give you a bit of a snippy. There we go. Now we have our processed and our no-cessed. What are you?
Credits deposited.
Off you trot. How much would you pay for a janky old light bulb? Well, not as much as I'd pay for a dead rat. There's apparently still a whole load of parts to be zapped off, and zap we shall. Any more for any more? There certainly are, but how I get to them I'm unsure. Can I rip this off yet? Why not? Is that because of you? I bet it's because of you. Off you trot. Just when you thought you'd accounted for everything, it's still stuck on there. Are you the problem? You're just some crummy piece of aluminium. Something is keeping you in place here. Is it you? It's also a no. Right, let's try looking around the thing a bit more. Did it say I need to do more training? How dare it? Well, there's certainly something going on inside there. It's all cut level 2 stuff, though. How am I meant to get in? Ah, perhaps through this cut level 1 area. Cut level. Alright, prepare for great pains. Coming on in. How do I rotate this thing again? Oh, well, I can rotate myself, but I'm sure there's a better way to do it. They even taught me how, but I managed to forget. Okay, now... Now... Let's get you Furnace Fund up.
Material deposited.
And hopefully now we can detach what we need to detach. Right click, chick, thank you. Thinks there's a lot of pieces to go and detach here. I'll be wanting that, by the way. Also, it's a light. Another surprisingly expensive piece.
Account credit applied.
Hefty piece of the panel here. 1.3 tons of it. Hopefully it's all made
Your
of...
oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Statistically profitable. I like it. Anyway, I'm still going to shove this over first. Ooh, yet another bit of big bucks for me. Oh, we'll have this thing done in no time. Whoa. Slow down there.
Warning, oxygen reserves are critical.
A little bit of bump of the suit, but nothing to worry about.
Welcome to Vinditor 9000.
Oxygen levels
I'm always
below-
pressing escape to come away from that instead of tab. Tab just doesn't seem right. Well, this thing has been fairly butchered. In a good way, of course. Oh, it doesn't like that connection. Am I running out of power in this thing or something? Oh, whatever. How'd you go?
Deposit accepted.
I think I just had a tenuous link on it. Probably was going way too far. Right, you want to come away, but I bet there are valuable parts to you. Okay, perhaps not. Perhaps it's all just meant to be processed. All 1.15 tons of it. Away you go. And the Shipbreaker here.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Another freaking thumbs up.
Credits awarded.
Now, glass is for the furnace. I'm not sure how I'm meant to detach the glass. In fact, there's a whole lot of this stuff. I might just shove it all into one place and say screw the repercussions. There's a question of what's more... Well, what's more... The stuff to be furnace or the stuff to be processed? Perhaps detaching this will give me a better clue.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright. Did this bit have the glass on it? I don't think so. So it's going into the process-o-matic. Off you go, tiny carbons.
Valuable object processed.
You now, you're a bit of a problem, aren't you? I want that glass. For all I know, glass is worth a lot of money in the space business. Maybe we used up all the sand back home. Have we figured out how to make glass without using sand yet? Ooh, better not miss this very important light. Worth very important money. I am enjoying this game, Brute Queen. It really appeals to, you know, that Germanic feeling. You know, the one. What was it again? Right click. Oh no, the cutting level is far too high for me. What was it again? Right click. Come on with me. Bit of a boop there, but nothing serious. Although it would be serious if it sent me into one of these processing places.
Raw material processed. Credit.
Now, how do I get that glass? It can be... I think the glass is cutting level 1, right? Let's get inside and see if we can have a poke about. Ooh, they were talking about furniture, weren't they? Finally. I wouldn't really call a light furniture. But a seat, absolutely.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Let's go and fuel up. Nah, we don't need fuel. Fuel goes down a lot slower than oxygen. Is an equipment mount really for processing? Feels like it would be for the barge. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Oh well, in you go. We'll see what it says. Doesn't say anything, huh? Game doesn't care about a 3D printed planet. Well, it cares about posters. Any more for any more here?
Oxygen reserves are low. Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
I think they mean me.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
The cost of getting air in that doesn't seem too expensive, so I'm not really sure what you're meant to be achieving by having this system of going back for your oxygen.
Object. Credits awarded.
8,000's nothing when you're getting millions.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation coverage.
I didn't hit escape this time. H2RG, thanks for the content, Jake. You're very welcome, but I enjoy it myself too. We taking this thing anywhere, or has it still got that glass I'm after? I think it does have the glass. I remember breaking into here and stealing a seat. Perhaps there's another seat I can steal. Or a door console. See, it's those wee console-y bits that the game really likes. Any more for any more? Another bit of Another bit for the barge. Barge liking its lights too. I doubt it'll care much for these tiny lights. Relatively insignificant. I'm curious how to deal with this glass though. Doesn't seem to be a way to just straight up detach it, so I guess the go-to thing is to just furnace fun it off. They're gonna come off now. Still counting as part of the whole thing. We'll have to get a bit more cutty then. And good. Fantastic. This glass better be worth so much money. I mean, it's space glass, and look how thick it is. Oh, well, I'm glad I was right on the money with that. This is tough though. Do I want to process or do I want to not process? Want me a storage bin?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit.
I wouldn't say glass is meh, just gave me a very healthy sum for it there. I'm late, says Worm. How are you enjoying Space Wrecker? I'm pretty sure I saw you in chat 15 minutes ago, Worm. Then again, it might have been Bane. In my head, you two are fast becoming the same person. Unfortunately, Bane did not take part in the Nancy Drew marathon, so that's an easy way to tell you apart. However, Bane did take part in the ActRaiser 2 marathons. That still makes you 1 for 1 of joining in the marathons.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
15 minutes ago was me asking how you liked my recommendation, says Scipio. I mean, I'm always begrudged to say that an early access title has me intrigued, and this is no exception. But it's good, and when this thing comes out fully, I'll be checking it out. And not a moment before. Except for this, obviously. Alright, how can I deal with this thingamajigger? You know what? I have an idea that I should just be processing the whole lot. I ain't got time to be chopping this whole thing up. And look, we're right next to the processor. It's fate. Let's see how much they tell me off for just throwing the whole thing in. Let their processing guys deal with all the aluminium.
Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
Looked like it was more good for me than it was not good for me. So it looks like there's a certain degree of don't care involved in this, which is good, right? You know how they say, something about all the egg breaking for omelettes. What about this though? Still a big old chunk of this. I'm gonna have to cut my way in, most likely. But where do we cut? Yeah, I agree. Let's just cut here and see what happens. Fabrics. Am I meant to pull those off? Well, there you go.
Warning. Oxygen reserve depleted.
We're just gonna burn fabric and I get paid for it? That's pretty good. It does feel good flying through space like this. Again, it reminds me of the rare good part of...
Affordable oxygen supplies are
I've forgotten the name of it again. Space Scammy Game. Somebody must know it. And I'm sure there's bound to be one or two fans in chat right now of the game who probably don't appreciate me calling it Space Spammy Game. Scammy Game. Star Citizen, thank you. I've met some people that were huge into Star Citizen. Oh, they had nothing but great things to say about it. And they were otherwise nice people, so I try not to think too much less of them for that. A little bit though, you know how it is. Get over there.
Account credit applied. Ship salvage in full. Credits applied to cutter account.
Oh, they count that as full, so you only need to get to level 3. That's good. That incentivizes you to not waste all your time cutting down every last bit of it. However, I suspect there's still more money to be made if you continue cutting away at it. And I did want to get inside you. So open up. Must be something good in here. Okay, like another light.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I guess I have until my oxygen goes down, and then that's the end of this workday. Oh, I'd be worrying if one ship is only 15 minutes. But really, what? Whoa! The airlock, of course. I bet the airlock is worth the big dosh. Should have been beelining for this thing when I saw it was there. Can it come out yet? It seems pretty locked in there. I'd even say it's locked up tight. I'll have to unlock it. Still... Oh, it's willing to come with me. Just need to get rid of these bits around it and we're all good. Come on out, airlock. Oh, I think it's still stuck to the barge. Ah, you. You're taking a dive. Make me money. Not bad, although I'll be honest, I was expecting better. Wait till you see a reactor, they're worth their weight in whatever you want. Platinum.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I want a reactor's weight in platinum, please. Anorix 21. Platinum is cheap nowadays. You want to say palladium.
Processing valuable objects.
I have no idea what palladium is. Is that like some World of Warcraft mineral? Right, we're beyond caring. We're just shoving a lot of that stuff in. Nothing but an empty shell of this left. Not worth anybody's time to anyone.
Deposit not accepted.
Oh, you shut your mouth. That was over 90% what you wanted it to be. If you scored 91% in an exam, what rating do you get? Actually, I'm unsure. I don't really do exams anymore. Price per ounce. Ounce. Let's not use freedom units around here. Okay, so first it tells me about all the things I destroyed. Oof, almost a ton of aluminium. And a titanium structure. But it's strange, is it not charging me for them? Or is it just not paying me for it? Seems strange that it wouldn't deduct money for that. But yeah, it is giving me the kind of lowdown that I'm looking for. 13 kilos of scrap for $2. That's not a great rate. Look at that airlock console. 90,000. Storage bin, 272,000. This is why I wonder why the whole go back for your oxygen thing even exists there. If the cost was in any way reasonable, then sure, but it's negligible in the face of all this money, and this is just the second ship. Damn, anyway. 1.5 million for me, and another few levels knocked under my belt. I've even got my mastery points earned, whatever those are. Going back for oxygen has nothing to do with cost and everything to do with time, says Bane. I see. Hazard level 2. We're committed to ensuring that shipbreakers are exposed to hazard levels only. We've already read this. Forget that. Right, we have the fees. Let's see the fees. Oh! Oh, there is interest. I lease the bay. Salvage, cutting tool. Wow, I lost about 1/3 of my day's wages in these fees. And that's before tax. Wait, maybe there's no tax in space. That'd be kind of cool. Can I buy my own tools so I don't have to spend the rental fees? That'd be nice. I wonder if it's possible to lose money on one of these operations. I'm not sure if these stickers do anything. I'd place one if I had one. There we go. There's a sticker. The first crime to ever be committed in space was tax fraud. Is it really fraud? Did they have an agreement? If not, I don't see any fraud. Have you ever felt the warmth that would burn? Privileged to be walking in this light, touch the furnace god with our... What is this nonsense I'm reading? There we go, I think I've read all the unread ones. We can get rid of what rubbish there is here now. And make our way over to Thor. We sure it's not Loki? Ooh, I don't get my fuel refreshed, and my suit is still banged up.
It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce you to the rest of the crew in our sector today. Sound off, everyone.
Hey, Rook. Name's Lou. I was the worm until you showed up, so thank you. Now I get to do the hazing.
Come on, Lou. What are you talking about? We don't do that. Welcome aboard and don't listen to her. I'm Dee Dee.
I'm Kaito.
Kai? I think your mic's still messed up.
Oh, Emma? How about now?
Better.
Hey. I'm Kaito. Kai.
Mic's still busted, huh?
Yeah, still waiting on the wreck to get a boot.
Heaven forbid they give us functional gear.
All right, Lou. I'm sure they're working on it as fast as they can. Anyway, Cutter, I've just added you to the official sector comms channel. It gets lonely out here, so don't hesitate to check in with each other from time to time.
You know, I think one of the great appeals about going into space was to not hear this inane chatter. And as people are forcing a little social group on you. What a horror. Where's that furnace at? I got a whole lot of glass for you. And more so than just getting this glass, which I doubt is going to break if I just throw it out there. Ooh, but I do miss. Ooh, do I miss? I never miss.
Material processed. Credits deposited.
I'm not here to be this people's support group. Alright, can I take this whole thing with me? Oh boy, Barge is gonna like this. There still doesn't seem to be a time limit. Is this still Tutorialville?
deposited.
Top middle of the screen. Ah. Probably that timer, if I had to guess. This is pretty much the perfect game to play after DDR. Putting yourself through all that, and now I can just make this poor hapless bugger do it. It's pretty good. Not quite sure how to feel about the oxygen and the time things. I think it might be... I think I might prefer the no hassle mode. But again, questions to find the answers to when the game has its release. I do not count early access as a release. How does this thing work again? Ah yes, melt it. I know this is to be processed, not to be barged. This all looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? Also, what a wonderful situation that the work shift is 15 minutes long and then I assume you get the rest of the day off. Now I'm hoping that in the year 2200 we finally have holodecks. Can't imagine why we wouldn't. Alright, it's all for processing, right? Wait, titanium is processing? I thought titanium was for smelting. Or maybe it's telling me that I should consider ripping off that small piece of titanium. And I will then. Let's be reasonable here. You wanna stop moving there? Oh, Wait, it's still for processing? Since when was titanium for processing? Oh, it always was. It's aluminium which is for smelting.
Warning. Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Now, if you're thinking, how is Jake forgetting these basic unchanged concepts in the game? DDR tends to turn my brain into Swiss cheese, and I'm certainly feeling it right now. And Rundy says, no, I've seen enough of your phones. How flattering. There we go. You know, while I'm here, let's patch up this suit of mine. Oh my goodness, it really doesn't want me to, does it? I don't want to buy anything. I'm watching your Frostpunk VOD, right? Okay, so there's another comment that really tickled me one day. Crunch. Somebody was saying, watching your Frostpunk VODs, I thought you were some kind of strategy master. And now I'm seeing you play this. I forget what the game was that made them have a sobering moment. But it was certainly one that I perhaps wasn't playing optimally at.
Secured. Credits deposited.
Some kind of strategic master, well. Ooh, whoa, 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 you're not going the right place there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
There really must be some strategy to thinking what to take and what to avoid. I mean, that thing did nothing. The little lights. I guess you learn what's quick and easy to get and then ignore the rest. Leave it for the other team members. Barge items seem by and large worth the effort. No cutting involved, you just rip them out and take them out. But maybe there's more to it, like taking off certain bits of wall and things, so you get an easier time of it. Whoa, more glass. I like glass. Off you trot. Lights are 1,000 apiece. Debatable if they're worth it. I don't think there's much debate to be had. 1,000? It's not worth the time and oxygen.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Love that little thumbs up. The guy communicates in no other ways. Don't even know if it's a guy. Well, suppose we do. It's me. It's DDR Jake.
Salvage secured.
I forgot that we named them.
Credit applied.
Strange case of that. Doesn't feel like kind of game that benefits from naming like that, but well, what do I know? Yeah, screw this stuff. I'm here for these seats. Furniture is worth big money. This would probably be going better if I had ripped the walls off, but I didn't. Oh, there we go.
Salvage deposit accepted.
46 kilograms of seat. Oh, is that a bottle of something? A bottle, yes. A bottle of... I don't know what. Figure it out. Did I get anything for that? I feel a little cheated.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I really hope this game is just about salvaging ships and doesn't clutter the experience with some compelling story about the horrible agency that we're working for here. That's not what I'm about. I'm here about just tearing these ships
5 minutes left.
apart.
Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We wrap.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Man, I got doored there. Don't know what to make of that malfunction, though. Probably nothing to worry about. The story can be pretty much ignored, says Borum. Oh, I'm well aware of that. I'm very good at it as well. Maybe these lights are really fancy and that's why we keep getting good money for it.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
These door panels, though, they tend to be worth something. All the door console panels. Wait. Oh yeah, jings. For something that weighs 0 kilos, they are damn well worth some money. Now, what are you? Furnace or processor? I think we'll just...
Your oxygen reserves are low. Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
It's more aluminium than the other thing. Get in there.
Deposit accepted.
I didn't blast myself away that much there. Don't know, but it could become a problem. There should be a chill mode. Yeah, there is a chill mode, and I think if I'm going to be playing more of this game, I'll be playing it on chill mode, which is a little regrettable, but only a little. Okay, this is not going how I want it to go. Hold your breath now. This ain't Outer Wilds.
Oxygen level
Easy.
rising.
But then, when is it not? Ooh, an antenna. We learnt an important lesson last time, and that was just rip it off.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
The Aoni School of Oxygen Management. Man, Aoni was so good. What surprises me most, though, is it came so early. Aoni was, what, the 20th weekly one-shot? I forget the exact number, but it certainly wasn't up in the 60s and 70s. And it was the tightest run of anything I've ever done. I've done maybe like 200 runs since Aoni, and I've not had anything come quite as close as that. Alright, so the airlock is in here. How do we snip you out again? With a bit of work. Can I just rip parts out of it instead? Alright, the workday is coming to an end. Oh.
Alright, Cutter. Wrap it up. You got about a minute left.
Alright, sure thing. Well, maybe the implication is you can keep working for that minute. Tonk. Oh well, I'm here now. $15 minutes of work, though? That's not a lot. I mean, it sounds nice in a way, but still.
New certification level has been achieved. License level increased.
+1 handheld utility. I bet I have to pay for those.
Hey, Cutter. I'm looking at the stats coming from your bay, and it's looking like you're really gonna make your way around here. It's time to learn about how to upgrade your equipment and some of the more advanced tools you'll soon have at your disposal. Head on over to the upgrade section of your employee terminal. Now, I'm gonna read this straight from the manual. Lynx rewards hard work and learning by giving shipbreakers access to tool improvements and new equipment. Reaching salvage goals is essential for becoming a master shipbreaker. Basically, they want to make sure you prove yourself first before giving you the big guns. Completing salvage goals will net you shiny Lynx tokens. Use those tokens here to get yourself some new gear. Sometimes there are some extra goodies in the rewards too. So let's get going and learn about one of the most important tools in a shipbreaker's toolbox. Tethers. Go ahead and purchase them.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm seeing demo charges here. And I'm having a hard time saying no to demo charges. Nothing cuts quite like these little gems. Stick and clicks, remote charges, clear big salvage, big and easy. Give me more time on the clock to do those detailed pieces. Safety cert income. What was he saying? Tethers, right? Tethers. No, that's thrusters. Tethers? Tether?
Have a quick read, then hop back in the bay.
How's that for quick read? Wait, there's training for it?
Let me tell you how to use these things. Tethers are more powerful than the beam of your grapple, so they're great for moving super heavy salvage. Try it out.
Like what I'm hearing already.
Secondary input for the grapple to begin placement. Point where you want the salvage to move to, and then release it to to create the tether.
This is for the barge, right? Okay. I feel like I didn't quite do that right. What am I not doing here? Place tether. Place Oh, I have a light. Oh, that's pretty weak. Place a tether by holding. Alright. And then... oh, it's just pulling me in. Oh me, oh my. Right, let's try that again. Ooh. Well, bye-bye.
Great. Now, what if you want to get rid of the tethers you've placed? There's a cancel command you can send, but take note that it clears all the tethers you've placed. Go ahead and try it now.
These tethers seem awfully slow. They seem excessively slow.
Secured. Account.
Yeah, there you go. Now you've got unlimited tethers during this training exercise. But after this, when you need more, you'll have to buy them from the kiosk.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Try to clear out a bunch of that scrap. You can stack multiple tethers on one object to increase the pull force. You can also chain objects of any size together to move them all as a group. I've seen some cutters do some incredible things with the daisy chain of tethers. Alright, well done, Cutter. Looks like you know how to handle these things. When you're ready, let's go back to the hab and continue with the day.
Pretty impressed with how they got this to work. I mean, how does it know we're in 3D space? I'm pointing this as something I'm quite worried. Oh, it's probably pointing it towards the furthest away point until it collides with something. Ah, how about that? Can it still reel me in? Yeah, there we go. That's what we like to see. Oh, I wonder if I can fly into Earth.
Salvage
Wait, is this even Earth?
credits deposited.
Yeah, I suppose. There's Chichen Itza.
You are approaching the outer limits of your workday.
There's Brazil. Let's come to Brazil, shall we? Oh, they just bring you back. Well, that's nice.
Secured. Account credit applied.
I was trying to visit Brelix. Florida's missing, if you noticed. I did not. Oh, and they're not paying me anything for the training exercise. At least they're not making me pay them. Minimum oh, they did. You have to pay to do training. Well, what a paradise. Okay, we've been at this for a couple hours. We've been at this for more than a couple of hours. I'm going to be hanging up my ship-breaking boots there. I'm very impressed with this game. No, I'm very, very impressed with this game. Looking forward to when it comes out in full, and then I'll probably be playing a lot more of it. Very relaxing game. I'm not so sure it's long play material or stream more on the channel material. Might not be too bad to come with a wild card every now and then. But, as ever, I'll be waiting for its full release. I have another Patreon game up my sleeve, but I think I'm going to postpone that one. Partly because I'm very, very tired, and partly because the game looks like ass, so I don't mind postponing it. I think it's called Dismantle. It looks awful, but some people like to use the Patreon slots to just shovel in punishment games. I don't know who would have such an idea. I'm going to go and sleep. I'm probably going to go and sleep for a very long time, because DDR has absolutely exhausted me. I did not expect to be doing 100 songs today. But 100 songs, well, 102 songs, 103 songs we did actually. But I will be back for this week's weekly one-shot tomorrow in about 13 hours, depending on when I wake up. So until then, it's a cheers from me. And Conquest of Elysium 5 is out, isn't it? Yeah. There's some food for thought. Cheerio.